everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of All In Sports. It's Lee Ice back with you. And of course, I got my brothers from different mothers, as always. DC, what's going on, man?
Not much, baby. What's going on, man? Just celebrating graduation of the JTI Woodbridge High 2024 class. Just chilling right now.
Shout out to nephew JTI. And of course, we got PG County's finest Jack Cobb. What's going on, champ?
All right, baby. Just ready to get this show going.
And shout out to your daughter, Cameron, for also walking that aisle like Ric Flair.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, we got the hardest working man in the business. His name is Hill. We always call him the big dog, though. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
We
Good,
are fabulous. Hey, y'all ready to get things started? Y'all ready to get the show on the road?
Yes, sir. Here we go.
What y'all got? Y'all got anything? All right. Bring it in, fellas. Bring it in. Y'all know what's first on the agenda. It's called the All In State of the Union. Brought to you by the best there is, the best there was, the best that have done it. His name is Hill. Hill, what's going on?
Is here, along with Bill Walton. How great is this? Enjoying ourselves, enjoying the energy happening here inside the arena, outside the beautiful, the landscape that is Arizona, but inside. How loud can it? The look on your face, Bill, is that of utter frustration. Finally, some inspiration. The negativity that I have to fight every single moment. And now, someone here who can shine the light. Someone who can appreciate the beauty of a saguaro. Somebody who knows about the grandeur of the Sonoran Desert. Somebody who knows that rivers can flow uphill. You never know when to talk.
That was the late Hall of Famer, two-time NBA world champion, and one of the best color commentators ever, Bill Walton. Rest in peace. How you feel?
He will be missed.
Bill Walton was one of a kind. I don't think I appreciated him for who he was as much as anybody else will. So in his death, I probably have some regrets of not appreciating his uniqueness.
I definitely didn't appreciate him like I should as a player. You know, if you look back, especially in his college days, even his early Portland days, that man was a great center. And he needs his accolades. Yep.
Also, on another sad front, Nate Robinson needs a kidney transplant, or he may die in the next year.
Ooh, wow.
That's been going on. The sad thing is that's been going on for about a year or two.
Yeah, and that dialysis is tough on Nate, bro. Hope he gets it.
Animal cruelty warrant was issued and is arrested. Bugs was arrested for animal cruelty. Lee Ice, Ben, Jack, how you feel?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, but I think he used to be a Detroit Lion, or he is a Detroit Lion.
He's Kansas City Chief.
Okay, so he was a Lion, now he's a Chief.
Right.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Wizards remove interim coach named Keefe, now head coach. How you feel?
That's the move.
I like
nobody was taking a job.
And they played better. No, I'm just saying they played much better under him than they did Ansel Jr. Even though they was terrible, but they played. I respected them. Let's just put it that way.
I think the Keefe job is perfect because there's no one else who's taking that job. A and B, he gets to implement what the OKC vibe is that they're trying to put here in place in DC.
K-Bean, say, hey, let's run it back. UConn, maybe a three-peat this college basketball season. How you feel?
I like it. I mean, I think they will, or they have the best possibility because the way the program is built.
The UFL playoffs are set on Saturday. It will be are set. The UFL playoffs are set. The USFL conference championship game will take place in Birmingham, Alabama. The Birmingham Stallions will host the Michigan Panthers at 5 o'clock on ABC. How you feel?
Just played each other today.
Yep.
Yeah, speaking of that, San Antonio and St. Louis played each other today for the home field advantage in the XFL Championship Conference game. And St. Louis will host San Antonio because San Antonio missed a 51-yard field goal at the gun. So it will be on Fox Sports next Sunday night at 7 p.m. How you feel?
Is Birmingham favored to win it all?
Say it again.
Is Birmingham favored to win it all?
Whoever wins the USFL side will win the championship because they're the best of the two conferences right now.
And the championship game will be on June 16th at 5 p.m. from St. Louis, the Dome of Americas, on Fox Sports. And speaking of that, guess what starts Thursday at 6 o'clock? 8:30.
The NBA Finals.
Nope. The defending champion Montreal Alouettes take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. 8:30 at 6 o'clock as the CFL season kicks off. Also on Friday night, the Hamilton Tide Cats take on the Calgary Stampede at 9 p.m. On Saturday at 7 p.m., the Saskatchewan Roughriders will go to Edmonton to take on Edmonton Elks. And Sunday at 7 p.m. on June 9th, the BC Lions go to Toronto to play the Argonauts. How you feel?
I'd like to give a shout out to Sean Lemon, the all-time sack leader for the CFL. And the reason I'm giving him a shout out is because I knew him as a 3-year-old living in Southeast DC. Him and his dad and his brother Edward used to live up the street from us, and they moved away. And yeah, the kid went on to do bigger and better things. So a huge shout out to the Sean Lemon, CFL sack leader.
Miami Dolphins give Waddle a $84.75 million extension. How you feel?
That's great, but now you can't sign your quarterback.
The suit against Vince McMahon. Hold on. No. The suit against Vince McMahon has paused. The Justice Department requested. The woman accused of Vince McMahon of a sexual misconduct agreed to pause her lawsuit against the former WWE CEO after requesting a form of the Justice Department. Attorneys told ABC News on Thursday. How you feel?
That's gonna be weird.
All right.
This is Vince McMahon.
Porzingis looks like he's going to play in Game 1 Thursday. How you feel?
They need him. That's their only chance.
All right. Lee Ice, take us commercial
break. Let's go to a commercial break, y'all. When we come back, we're going to break down the NBA Finals. We're going to see who PG County Finest picked. We're going to see who BC picked. We're going to see who the big dog picked. And I'm going to tell you who I picked. We'll be right back, y'all, all in sports.
I got to shut the studio down, yo. All right, the only way I open the studio up now, y'all got to walk uptown to the Bronx and get breast milk from a Cambodian immigrant. Only drink the finest breast milks. Who I think milk in Cambodia?
Cambodian breast milk. You make my day.
100% Cambodian, yeah. It's the real breast milk. You make my day.
Lee Ice. That's Dave Chappelle imitating you know who, the man most wanted right now. The Mace came out this week. Back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into the NBA Finals because we got something going on. We got the Boston Celtics, first the Dallas Mavericks, and everybody's going to make their choice with the group today. So let's get started. Lee Ice,
yes,
how
sir.
you feel? Boston, first Dallas. What's going on?
Well, we talked about it last week. I feel if Boston doesn't win it this year, that's it. It's time to break that team up. I don't know how many, 6, 7 years, I think.
Yeah, they about 7 years in.
So they don't get it this year. I mean, their path to the finals had to be one of the easiest path any team ever had. Who did they face? Excuse me. Who exactly did they face?
I think it's better to ask who didn't they face.
Right.
Because every team star got hurt on their way to the team. Yeah. But I see Jack's face. Hold on. Let's not even do that. We got Jack's face. So let's let Jack face go ahead and express the emotions that he got going on.
Y'all just aren't giving the Celtics their props, man. I don't understand why. I don't. Yes, there was injuries to certain teams in the East, but the numbers that Boston put on, the wins that they put up this year, 2-0 versus Dallas this year already. I don't see why y'all aren't giving the Celtics their props in the final season.
I mean, looking from my side of it, they only played one game with this version of the Mavericks, and depending on when that game was, we always know these teams don't play every night, so that's why I'm not worried about it. I think I got Dallas in 6, only because I don't know what Boston's going to do with the duo of Kyrie and Luka. And yes, I know Boston can throw
White, Drew Holiday.
White, Holiday, Brown, and Tatum at him, but I just don't believe in Tatum. I believe in Tatum's mom, here. But I don't believe in Tatum. So
I'm talking defense here. Defense. We're gonna D him up, and Luka's gonna have to beat us by himself. We're gonna D Irving up. Boston will put several men on him all throughout the game. They're gonna switch double teaming. It's gonna be something.
Boston is the better team. I think we all will agree with that. But there's something that they are missing. That dog element that Boston should really blow the Mavericks out if you really look at it. But it's not going to happen because I don't see nobody with that type of personality on that team that's going to be like, look, y'all, let's get this done right now. It's not Tatum. It's not Brown. Who is it?
The whole team.
Yeah, no.
The whole team. You got Brown averaging 26 a game in the playoffs. Tatum averaging 25 in the playoffs. You got White. He's up there somewhere around 18 in the playoffs. I mean, it's the whole team. Anybody can go off on Boston's team. Anybody can't go off on Dallas Mavericks. Only one's going to go off on Dallas Mavericks is them 2 players. You ain't going to see P.J. Washington putting up 30, but you can see Derek White putting up 30.
I think you're sleeping on PJ. I think PJ's been the underscore player that has given them life, and I'm actually glad that Kuzma didn't go there because I think PJ Washington is a better fit than Kuzma ever would have been for that team.
I agree, and they made some great pickups at the trade deadline. They strengthened their team, no doubt. Got Lively in the draft. That was a good pick. They've done well getting their team ready for the playoffs at the trade deadline. They did excellent. I'll give the Mavericks that.
All right, so guys, real quick, let's go ahead and lock in our picks. So starting with Lee Ice, go to Jack, and then I'll end it up. Let's do our picks for the segment.
I think Dallas wins, and I'll pick them in 6, and I'll pick them because of Jason Kidd coaching.
I like Jason Kidd a lot myself. The Celtics right now got, urgency. It's being brought on through the media, through the fans. It's that time. They got the talent. They got the roster depth. They got experience. They got continuity. They got home court advantage. Boston in 6.
And to close it out, I got Dallas in 6. And I just think, hey, look, Jack, you and there's a guy in Northeast DC or Northwest DC that like the Celtics and want to get their 18, and I just can't see that happening. I don't want to see that happening. So for personal matters, it's I don't want y'all to win it. So don't even take the analysis out of it. It's personal.
If the Celtics weren't a talented enough team to do this, I wouldn't be doing what I'm saying just because they're my team. I believe they're the best team in the league, and they're not playing bad ball. They're playing good ball right now.
The best team doesn't always win.
I agree.
It's the best circumstances.
But the urgency right now, they got to get this after what happened in 2022.
But the better storyline is the fact that Kyrie is coming back to
And
Boston.
Right. That's another thing.
Because he had that. Because he had that one series where he shot somebody the double middle fingers. So we got things out there. And Boston's not going to be gentle when he comes back.
Nope.
Boston's going to be right there on his back.
He stomped on the logo and flipped the bird to the crowd. So the crowd's going to be on him. But Kyrie does handle pressure and playing big games. I haven't seen him stumble too much. But we just got to slow down Kyrie, in my opinion, and Luka's going to get his.
In order for the Celtics to win, I feel Jason Tatum has to be the best player in the series. And I just don't see that happening. I think Luka will be the best player. And Tatum definitely can be. If you drag it out of him, he's just too nice, man. He has to take that extra, whatever it is, he needs to take it, okay? He needs to get that mentality that I'm the best player on this court. I'm going to lead my team to this victory. It's time for me to lead the Celtics to number 18. Bottom line.
And you're talking this through scoring? Is that what you're saying? Scoring?
Whatever it is he needs to do.
He's playing a better all-around game now. His assists are up. His rebounds are up. He's gotten 10 rebounds almost every game of the last couple series. So you can't say just because JT's not scoring 30 points a game that he needs to step it up. He's being a better teammate. And, now with Porzingis coming back, you got to share the ball.
All right, folks. Well, that's our impact or our input on the NBA Finals. We got to take a quick little break, pay the sponsors, do the things that they do. We'll get out of here. Next segment, we got something special for you. Again, it's All In Sports, brought to you by Lee Ice, Jack Carr, and myself, BC. Let's go to commercial. Oh, I'm sorry, and the Big Dog. Let's go to commercial.
I am so high on being Ric Flair each day of my life that I might just stick around for another 20 years. And God only knows, I've got 1,000 years left in me. I'm the best there is, the National Wrestling Line. The Nature Boy is here to stay forever and ever.
You know who that
And
was?
forever, ladies and gentlemen, let's break into our next topic. Because when we talk about forever, we're talking about things in baseball. And baseball has decided to change the way we remember forever. And in this forever that we're talking about the Negro League records being meshed into Major League records. And I know there's going to be some problems with that and some issues. And I have some issues with it. But I want the guys to get into how they feel and how they respond to this. So let's go ahead and get it to the panel. Lee Ice, Jack Carr, Negro League records are being added to the baseball Major League records. And it's not being brought in as the baseball records. It's being brought in as the Major League records. How do you guys feel?
Honestly, when I heard that they were doing this, my initial thought was, hey, that's kind of great. And then I thought, well, damn, everything that we've known to be a record is not now a record. I understand I understand what they're trying to do. So I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of 50-50 with it. One would think I would enjoy this moment, but I can understand others where they say like, man, something's not right with that. You know what I'm saying? Years and years and years and years of this record. Now you're going to have a league to where it's like the ABA and the NBA, how Dr. J's points and is not included in the NBA point, but the league got ABA teams in it, and I feel like his point should be. With this, these leagues never played each other. These, the players never played against each other. So I'm on both sides of the fences. Jack, how you feel about it?
I agree with you. My first thought was they didn't play in the major leagues. It's unfortunate for some of them ball players because some of them were damn good. Gibson, Satchel Paige, several of them. But they played in the Negro League, not in the MLB. So it should be Negro League records, And, the talent, the talent wasn't there that was in the major leagues throughout. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with it. And it's not because they don't deserve it, but they just never played in the major league. So why should you be incorporated in a major league record? You can have a baseball record or a Negro League record, but why has it got to be MLB? They're just trying to throw some shine on the Negro League, and they're trying to throw some shine on the MLB at the same time to try to, draw in more viewers. I don't like it.
So I think the issue is more so, I hear you, Jack, on what you just said, and I think the problem is they should have made it a professional baseball league record as opposed to a MLB thing. But the other thing I think that it bothers me is, you said something like, they didn't play in the same league, but if you watch the games where the two teams interacted, the Negro Leagues didn't exactly shy away or lose a lot in those battles. Actually, they probably won a lot of those battles. So it's not a thing of like them not deserving to be there. It's a thing of they didn't have the opportunity, and you can't really go back and correct and resurrect the world the way it should have been, where these guys should have played each other in all aspects of baseball. Go ahead, Jack. I already see you.
The world was a totally different place back in the 40s, 50s.
I think Big Dog want to say something.
Somebody that played the sport.
I played the sport.
Had a tryout with two professional teams. I think it's about time. But it's the Baseball Hall of Fame, too.
Right.
So it's just like
football. They were already in the Hall.
But the records go into the Hall of Fame, Jack. So if you look at when you go to the Hall of Fame in Canton, there's Canadian Football League records, there are USFL records in the Hall of Fame. They stand in there. AFL, the AF, all that. That's all in there. Mm-hmm. It's a sport regardless what league you play in or what level you play on. They should get their recognition. It's just
so that's why
it's just like if it wasn't for the USFL in the 80s, I don't think the NFL would be like it is now. The USFL pushed the NFL to what it is now. And that's why they're so hard bent not letting these new spring leagues to do what they do. And Major League Baseball never really had that since the Negro League. And it's the same thing with the NBA and the ABA. So I think it's about time. I mean, records are records regardless. But the only record that counts.
Baseball records, not MLB records. Baseball records.
It's baseball's baseball. I mean, baseball has always been a one-sided sport. Everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. Baseball is probably one of the last sports, I think, was to break the color barrier. I mean, was the first one to break the color barrier, but it still doesn't. You still don't see minorities really gravitate to baseball. So I think it's about time. I think it's about time. I think it's equal. I mean, they need to get some kind of notoriety. So that's all my thoughts are.
Question. I got a question, and I think I think where me and Jack are getting confused. BC, are those records now considered major league baseball records and not Negro League records? So they're considered major league baseball records.
Yeah, so these records are being brought in to as baseball records.
Baseball. I'm fine with that.
I don't know the exact nomenclature on if it's Major League Baseball or if it's just baseball records.
Oh, if it's baseball records, yes, that makes sense.
Exactly. And that's probably the place where we gotta.
You can't say somebody had a better major league average or whatever record, and then say, "Oh, and put it in the Negro leagues and give it to them."
Right.
You see what I'm okay. All right.
And I think that would be the safe space for baseball to make this operate, is if make it a baseball record, as opposed to a Major League Baseball record. Kind of like how we talk about the NBA and the European players that get in the NBA Hall of Fame or the Basketball Hall of Fame, and they're Basketball Hall of Famers, and they didn't spend a lot of their time in the U.S. playing basketball. You know, guys like Arvydas Sabonis. So I think that's where MLB would do its best to kind of hold some type of sanctity to what they have in place, and then to the rules and everything going on. So yeah, that's it. Lee Ice, take us home.
Yo. Well, y'all, time flies when you're having fun.
Well, Dan, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. You know, I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last. You know? But
hey, man, that's my man, Ricky Bobby. For JC, for BC, for the BIGDAGG, LEEICE. We'll see you next week, y'all. All in sports.